Holy crap. I almost thought this day wasn't gonna come, but here it is, alas, finally. The day has come to get the Mustang back. Oh my God. Finally get rid of this damn thing. Man, I tell you, this day could have not come soon enough, and honestly, it has come so much later than I realistically expected. The last day possibly could have come, because after today, I don't even have this no more, whether I liked it or not. I wouldn't have nothing to drive. There were some hurdles in the way, worked through it, and well, we're gonna go pick it up. But I gotta take care of a few things with this first, so we're gonna do that real quick. And we'll hit the road back to Enterprise, return this POS, and get the Mustang back. Yes!
Let's have some fun on Karz Created.
Alright, so first things first. I don't necessarily have to do this, but I'm this kind of guy. I mean, I've kept this vehicle pretty clean. I've, you know, maintained it like I would my own. But there's a little dirt, and I know what you're saying, Kirk, that they clean the cars. Well, no, I know they clean the cars, but I'm just going to just do a little touch up anyway, because I don't have good luck, and my luck is they'll probably see a couple pieces of a cat's hair in the thing and be like, oh, you put a animal in the car, you're not supposed to have that, we're charging a cleaning fee. Yeah, no, I don't need that. I've already had enough trouble this week. That's the least of the problems I want. So with that said, I'm just gonna do a quick touch-up vacuum here, and yeah. All right. Look, it ain't great. I only spent a few minutes doing it, so just kind of get the heavy stuff up. Some of the hair from our cat that's floated around. We're all ship shape, I think. Fun fact, I used to do this exact thing for Enterprise. It was my first job pretty much with cars. Even though Enterprise, like, it's not really part of the automotive industry, if you will. It's like its own subsector of, you know, rental vehicles. I mean, it's still dealing with cars, so I still technically count it as my first like job in the automotive world. It definitely gave me access to driving a lot of vehicles I would not otherwise have access to, even though most of them were horrible. The epitome of rental cars, because they are. So, got that out of the way. The next thing to do now is just take this back to Enterprise, so get on the road. I need a bottle of water. Yes? You know, I had to clean because of you. There's more hair to this cat than cat. Let's get the show on the road, boys and girls. Last startup in the soul, thank goodness. Mom headed to Enterprise. I can kind of explain just the kind of crap I've just gone through this past week with all this. Past couple weeks, be honest with you, because today I'm recording this Friday the 10th. You're probably not going to see this until, I don't know if I'm going to upload it on the weekend, or I usually do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know. When I actually upload is remained to be seen, but I am recording this Friday the 10th. And here's the thing. I was firmly expecting to have the car by now. I thought I would have the car beginning of like the first few days of last week, but it didn't happen. So let me run down kind of the short timeline and you know, go over why things have been delayed so much. So starting 3 weeks ago, you know, I made the video of seeing the car taken apart, and they were waiting for my insurance company to get back to them with what they refer to as a supplement, basically extra money needed in addition to the original estimate, because an estimate's just that, an estimation of the damages, and you know, when you tear into things you find more stuff. Okay, cool, great. So that took some days because there was some miscommunication between the shop and my insurance company, and the crap part is, because my car is still tagged, registered, and insured in Maryland. It's all, you know, my insurance company doesn't work out of Florida. So they had to use a third-party appraisal company that does operate in Florida to assess the damages and then report that information to them. When you get more and more people involved with something, you exponentially increase your chances of miscommunication tenfold. You know, it's just like, you know, the more people you have, the more things can go wrong. You know, by the time that was all ironed out, that took pretty much a whole nother week. And that was before they really even started on it, because that was before they ordered parts, that was before anything. Once that got out of the way, they started working on the car, and they were pretty on point. They were like, yeah, it's about 2 weeks worth of work. By the time we get the parts, you know, put them on, paint them, put it back together, good, sweet. So that would have put us to like the last week of February, beginning of March. That's where that would have put us. I want the car as soon as possible, but realistically, it's probably going to be later than sooner. So I'm like, if it's not going to be the beginning of so-and-so week, it's probably going to be towards the end. And well, you know, that whole week started going by, nothing. Okay, haven't heard from them. Waiting now, you know, just give them more time, just be patient. I don't want to be annoying, nothing. Okay, all right, well, Thursday comes around and I'm like, okay, I haven't heard anything. What's going on? So then I end up getting a call from the shop later that Thursday, and they're like, yeah, we can't get the car running. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't get it running? It was running when it was dropped off. Now what'd you do to it? You know, that was my initial reaction. Like, what did you do to my car? It was running before, when it was dropped off. And they're like, we don't know what's wrong. You turn it on, it'll idle, but you give it gas and then it stops. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that don't make sense. And I'm like, you know what? My first thought was, it's gotta be something to do with the boost max. And I'm like, crap. So I go there Thursday, I look over everything, lo and behold, come to find out, they did not hook up the correct wire from the boost max to the tip sensor. I was like, well, yeah, it's definitely not gonna run like that. So they get it hooked up and it seemed to be fine. Okay, cool. I'm like, all right, great. Well, because they were trying to get to the alignment shop and they couldn't drive it, obviously. They don't do the alignments there, but a shop down the street does them. That goes by, I'm like, cool, the car would be aligned, we'll be good. You know, maybe we won't be done Friday, we'll be done by the next Monday. Okay, whatever. Friday comes along and I get a call back from the shop. Hey, Kirk, yeah, we still can't get the car running. It's still doing that same thing. I'm like, how? Now what's wrong? And I'm thinking, you know, because they didn't have the boost max hooked up right, they fried it. And well, that actually still remains to be seen, which I'd be quite upset about, but that's a whole nother story. All right, so I'm like, you know, give me some minutes, I'll be there. I'll be there and see what's up. So I end up unhooking all of it. I unhooked the boost max from the system completely, and you know, car turned on fine, it went in the gear, it didn't do anything stupid, and great, fine, it worked, cool. So now we figured that out. So that took 2 whole extra days. They said, then we're getting the car to the alignment shop end of today. And they do. It was sitting out front. I had rode by later that evening just to check on it, and it was gone. So I firmly assumed that it was taken to where it needed to go. So I'm like, cool, they'll have that done probably by Monday, you know, wrap things up Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. Well, Monday comes around, nothing. I realized that. Tuesday comes around, I thought I would hear something by now, but nothing. Okay, well, I was realistically giving up to Wednesday, and we'll see what happens. Wednesday comes around, nothing. Now I'm upset. I called a shop, asked for the guy that's been helping me. He's like, oh yeah, he's been out sick. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Just because he's sick doesn't mean that, you know, my business doesn't stop. Has anyone else been helping, or does anyone else know the status of my car? Last I checked, it was getting alignment. And they're like, oh, let me check that for you. Yeah, it's still at the alignment shop. I'm like, what? How? What? How is it still there? It's been 3 days. It does not take 3 days to get an alignment. Hold on, what's going on now? So now I'm getting angry. So now I'm thinking it's this alignment shop's problem. I'm like, okay, well maybe they're short-staffed or something. I don't know. Let me just drive over there and see what's up. So I drive over to the alignment shop, and there is my car sitting out front, and it's been sitting there for probably a few days now. I go in, I'm like, hey, I'm the owner of that beautiful Mustang on the end there. It was sent over here by Mitchell's to have an alignment done, you know, for the repairs they're doing to it, but they haven't heard nothing back from you guys. I was just checking the status on it. They're like, yeah, it's been done. We've just been waiting for them to come pick it up. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Evidently what had happened, because the guy that was handling it, you know, left due to being sick, no one else decided to follow up with it. All his business was basically, it was put on hold. He was gone, no one else was dealing with it, which is ridiculous if you ask me. So, like, then I had to get like someone else involved who pick up the slack, look into my file, and figure out what was going on. Well, once I got done at the alignment shop, I called back the body shop and I'm like, hey, they said it's done, so, you know, why is it still sitting here? They're like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, well, we'll be by to pick it up. Well, you know, an hour goes by, they did go pick it up. What really blows my mind is the first time I talked to them, you thought after they realized the car was still there, they would have immediately called the alignment shop to see what's up. No, I was the person who took care of that. So once that was all done and out of the way, the car finally got back to the body shop. They were gonna do their final assessment of things and see where everything is. Mind you, this is now Wednesday of the following week. Well, this week, this past Wednesday. The alignment's done, the car's back at the shop, but there are a couple things that need to be done, and lo and behold, there was a problem regarding payment of the vehicle from my insurance company. Well, because the person who's been handling it hasn't been there, it not only was my car left at the alignment shop with no questions asked, some of the business that needed to be figured out with the insurance company was also left to be until the guy decided he would, you know, he could come back. Remember how I said this other appraisal company not related to my insurance company had to be kind of in the middle? Well, what was happening was they were coming and they were basically like, hey, it's gonna be this much. And the shop was like, hey, no, like it's this much. This is what everything is. So what they ended up doing is underreporting the first supplement to my insurance company for the additional money. So the shop had a balance that they were still owed that was not there that they needed to collect. So between Thursday and today, I've been the middleman back and forth with the insurance company, the body shop, and everyone else trying to figure out what was going on. It took 2 days for all this to get ironed out, and then finally something gived and all the stars aligned. Everything was sent to the body shop. They got all the payment they needed. Oh my God, it was a fiasco. I mean, I don't know how many times I had to intervene and step in. And I'm like, you know what? You guys should be paying me at this point. Like, what is going on? But whatever. I'm just glad for this nightmare to be soon to be over. So anyway, pulled up the Enterprise here. We go in, drop them off this Soul, and you know, I guess they're gonna give me a ride over to the body shop. And we'll pick up Buster. Oh my God. Just wait to see it. Looks pretty good. Oh man, just got out of the body shop. Finally paid all my dues and there it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, how about that? It looks like a car again. Beautiful. All right. I got a big cardboard box here. I'll explain what that is sometime. Oh yes. Now I gotta get my seat. I'll adjust it back. I don't know who was sitting in here, but they were short. Oh goodness gracious. Guys, the whole car feels so damn foreign to me now. I don't understand how that's even possible, but it does. And the freaking steering is so heavy. I'm not used to, like, the steering in the Soul is so light and it's assisted. Oh, I'm backing home, baby. All right, let's open up those exhaust valves. Haven't heard it in a while. It's like driving the car all over again. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of roll into second gear here, and I just want to feel something again. Woo! Okay, a little backfire there. I don't know why I did that. Maybe the car just needs to be driven. It's sitting so damn long. Let me check my air fuel, see what's going on here. You hear it backfired? What? And it's never done that before. Hopefully that clears up. I don't want to be one of those guys going around and all you hear is the freaking exhaust. Blah, 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 blah. Like, God, get down! Shots fired! No, it's not. It definitely doesn't have the. Nope, still still popping a little bit. It's at the lower RPMs. It definitely doesn't have the mojo it does when the Boost Max is hooked up. So I gotta try to hook that back up and see if it will work. I really need to get on it and like let it sing. It's just I can't right now. A little too much traffic. There we go. Finally got a chance to just clear it out a little bit. About to pull up to the house now, and I'm going to go over some things about the repair, and we'll go ahead and wrap up the video. So as far as I know, this door was repainted. This is a whole new fender, so that's fresh paint. They put the new, I don't think these are different badges. I think they just took them off and put them back on. They look the same. Everything doesn't fit nearly as good as it did. You can see it's kind of some gaps in between, but whatever, I can work on that over time. This gap here does not look good, I think, because there's a piece or something that goes underneath of that, or it's just not lined up right. But the front bumper I think is new, or this is new. This isn't. This is. Now, this is a big thing. So, believe it or not, this was one of the most expensive parts of the car. Originally $170 some, but for some reason the grills now cost $1,700. So how that works, how does a piece of plastic cost $1,700 for a Ford, is beyond me. I mean, that's ridiculous. But if you've noticed, there is something different about this grill compared to the last one. Can you spot it? If you notice something around the pony badge here, you have this now outline, which I honestly do not like. That looks weird to me. I guess this is the revised part now for these cars. The grill on it before didn't have this. It was just the bars going behind the pony, and the pony was kind of like out on its own. It didn't have this going around it. I don't like that. Tray under here has been replaced as far as I know. And if you notice something else, yes, the hood has been replaced, but the stripes are missing. That's what was in those boxes that I put in the back, because I asked them not to put it back on. Because once I saw the car, yeah, here they are right here. Once I saw the car without them, I thought it looked a hell of a lot better. Not to mention, eventually I want to do something different that requires, you know, you're putting stripes or something, and it wouldn't look right with them. They would have been removed anyway, so it's just best not to had them reinstalled. See, that line looks good. See, I'm being like super analytical now. Like, it looks like the gap here in this fender is not the same, and Mustangs already have problems enough as it is with body panel gaps. Now it just looks even worse. This fender is either the hood's not aligned right or the fenders aren't. So yeah, they took off, which I'm gonna have to clean up because they ripped them off for some reason, but didn't bother cleaning up the residue, which there's glue here, pieces left over here. They can't make it easy. So yeah, look, that's not right. That's supposed to be over. Oh God, there we go. Like that. There we go. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do so much going back over all this and just fixing things, and I gotta peel this one off. So I gotta look underneath because I heard something coming in. I just, oh, look at that. See that over there? That ain't right. I heard that coming in. I was like, what the hell is that? Looks like a cover for the fuel lines, maybe. I don't know why that was so hard to put back to where it was. Let's go under here and assess the situation. Thankfully coolant is still there and not there. Got a new air filter, so I don't even know what kind of air filter they put on there, but something or another. Oh man, why would they? There was a rubber strip that went along this edge and they peeled off. Why? I don't know. So now I'm gonna have to find something to put back over that. This is exhausting. I never want to have to go through this ever again. I know I'm trying to stay just enthusiastic and happy. I'm tired, man. This whole thing has got me wore out. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. It's been long enough. So till the next one, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with everyone you know. If you want to see more content like this and you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Keep a lookout for next true car enthusiast video.